this in the video or not, but I just want to talk. I really just want to process some things that are on my mind. I'm in a parking lot, don't panic. The drama, right? I'm in a space where it's almost like nothing even matters. And everything that I thought was the way is so momentarily. I just finished listening to this video, and this woman was talking about her experience with polygamy. I've never been in a polygamous relationship. I've tried, but that is neither here or there. My being able to relate to some of the things that she said in her video had nothing to do with polygamy, but everything to do with life and just the way that life works. Like, when I tell y'all this thing called life is just so fascinating to me. It is so mind-blowing to me, this experience, this human experience, and just so how caught up and wrapped up we get into it, the intricacies and the rules, and we get really, really deep into it as human beings of what it is and what it ain't. We don't really know nothing. We don't really know nothing, and we think we do. Like, we really, really think that we do. We'll go through an experience in life only to realize it was not what I thought. I am technically 35. That's how long I've been earthside. And I've been so many different versions of myself. I touched on this a tad little bit in one of my solo diaries, but I have evolved. This isn't a new concept that I'm trying to do now. I've changed a lot over my life. And back to what I was saying at the beginning of this video, in my changes, there were monumental moments that triggered the changes. And the changes were things that you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing about it. It is the way, and it is the way. And then I went through it, and then I lived through it, and then I experienced it, and now I'm just kind of like on the other side of all of it. And on this side, I just feel like it's a lot that I cannot take seriously. And quick sidebar, I know that I'm gonna sound crazy to people who don't get it, and that's okay. You can feel free to continue to listen to me ramble, or you can click off. But for the kindred souls that do resonate with everything that I'm saying, infinite is a real thing. Everything in this world is in an infinite quantity. There's an infinite amount of theories. There's an infinite amount of ideologies. There's an infinite amount of lifestyles. There's an infinite amount of belief systems. There's just an infinite amount of everything. And we gravitate to what we resonate with. And when we resonate with sometimes it just feels so good that we just want to shout it from the rooftops. Like, to resonate with something or someone, that is a beautiful thing. That is such a profound feeling. But all good things come to an end. All things end. And change and transitions are ever constant. And sometimes it's not. This world we live in comes in ones, twos, and threes. I'm gonna stay on track because I was about to go real deep. I was about to go really, really deep right there. And you can only have really, really deep, stimulating, intellectual, open-minded, perception-blowing conversations with certain individuals, not the masses. The masses can't handle that. But let me reel it back on in. What is the point of all of this, Crystal? What is the point of your ramble? There is no point. This is just my current revelation, my current epiphany in my human experience, my current wow. You can go through life, learn something, or be triggered by something that ignites and sparks a change in your whole world. And it feels so good to resonate with something that you can allow it to take you on a journey. And then when that journey comes to an end, you will begin to transition into something else. And as you transition into something else, you will look back on what you just came out of. And it looks so small. Something that was so big and monumental in your world at one point will now just become so minute and so small. And then you'll go on to the next thing. Now, I don't know if that is the human experience for all of us. I'm going to assume not. But again, for those that get it, hello. And for those that do not, it's okay. It's okay. We're not all here to understand each other, and everybody is not here to understand me. I'm multidimensional. I'm made up of a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things. I am a lot of things. I have been a lot of things. I will continue to be a lot of things. I am not black and white. I'm colorful. I'm infinite. So take the parts of me that you resonate with and do with what you will, what you feel. But please, not for my sake, but for your own growth and development as a being in your body with your name, please, when you find parts of me that you resonate with, don't box me in to those parts. Give me space to grow and do what I do, how I do what I do. Because if you don't, I will disappoint you. But more importantly, you'll disappoint yourself. You'll disappoint yourself because you will prevent yourself from being able to exist infinitely. That was poetic, baby. I got a way with words. The Creator really gifted me with a way with words. I really look forward to what the Creator has in store for me with my gifts and my talents and my creative abilities, because I know one thing's for sure. This next journey, this next change, this next identity, this next evolution of mine will definitely encompass me utilizing my gifts, my talents, and my creativities like I've never played with them before. Something else that has been on my mind real quick, maybe not. I've been studying my birth chart again. I've come back to that. Years and years and years ago, I dove deep into astrology. And then I realized that, wow, this really gets deep. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to stop right here because it's just a little, it's just a little too much for my mind to handle at this moment. And I'm just going to take the knowledge that I've got, and I'm gonna just sit with that. I'm gonna just sit with that. Sit with that. And so I did that. But lately, like I said, sis is in midst of transition. I have felt called to pick up where I left off, if you will, and dive back into astrology. And so I'm back into my birth chart, back into discovering me on a whole new level, on a deeper level. And something that I keep hearing over and over and over again is, Crystal, you are unique. You are weird. You are not like everybody else. You are not you will not be loved and adorned for doing what the masses do. It is not until you really dive into authenticity and really expose all of the weird, kooky things about you that you will receive the love. And then to further add on to that, you need to, I'm not even going to get into that, but it adds on to that as far as like my purpose here along with who I am. Like, so back to it. I keep coming back to that. And so in my real life, right, I'm like deep into this YouTube channel, Evolving Into Her. And I'm really seeking to build something and create something with it, like something really big and profound. And so for those who know and for those who don't know, there was a particular type of content that I created that kind of just made it go pow, right? And I've noticed that, because lately I'm in my analytics a lot, right? I noticed that the other content creators that made the exact same type of content, if I were to go onto their channels and just look at their content in general, outside of this one, but just in general, like their whole page or their whole channel, I don't really see anything that looks like me or what I'm trying to do. And when you have such a strong intention as I do, like such a deep desire to really just jump into your humanitarian bag, you know, it can be a bit discouraging to see that what I'm making, what I'm creating, what I'm trying to do And just the more I step into my bag of authenticity, I'm not seeing it anywhere. That can be very discouraging. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I'm not seeing it on those channels. And then aside from that, prior to ever even creating this piece of content that I'm referring to, when I would get on here as a consumer, I struggled to find me. I found pieces of me that I could resonate with in people, but I just did not see me like in its entirety. And so to wrap it all back up to my birth chart and what I keep finding myself going back to, I'm like so scared that the camera isn't recording and I'm dropping gold that I won't be able to repeat. Trauma. Bringing it back to my birth chart and that piece of information I keep going back to, it's just been on my mind and my heart lately that all of that is by design, Crystal, because I have Aquarius energy very, very strong in my chart, along with Libra. I feel like those two might be the strongest. It's by design, Crystal. All of this that you're feeling is by design, so don't be discouraged by it. This is why I'm grateful for my birth chart, because it's helping me to get to this, don't be discouraged by it. Embrace it, because you being so outside of the box when you step into your authenticity will work out for your favor in the long run. Just trust the process. Just believe in you and just be you. And like even now, in the far, 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 far back of my mind, as I say all of this, I'm like, am I even going to post this? Because when I get in my head and I get to second thinking myself, I'm just like, this ain't got nothing to do with what the audience that I've been attracting would want to see. This is going to heavily trigger a lot of the people who are I'm even scared to say it, because I'm like scared to ruffle feathers. This is the Libra in me. I try to avoid conflict and confrontation by any means necessary, but I feel like it's a lot of, in my audience lately, it's a lot of Christians, and I feel like when I really get into it, I can just see the comments now. Jesus is the way. Jesus is the way. And by no means do I want to disrespect anybody's religion. That is not who I am. I would never intentionally disrespect a Christian, a Muslim, a Catholic, or whatever, because I just don't feel like that's right. I don't feel like that's right, because going back to what I was saying earlier, like, we resonate with what we resonate with, and we go down our paths because of what we resonate with and what feels good and right to us, but we don't all agree. And to me, that's okay. So I can respect anybody who believes or thinks differently than me. And you can be here as long as you can be respectful that I may not agree or believe or think in all the ways that you think. As long as we can all be respectful of each other, we can all be here. So that's why I say, I don't intend to disrespect anybody. But to reel it on back in, when I really get authentic, like when I really showcase the depths of me, in the far, far back of my mind, I'm like, whew, there's a little anxiety about it. There's a little anxiety about it because I'm like, will I be received? But as I dive deeper into my birth chart, I'm realizing that I am probably not. And it's okay. I need to not even focus on what other people think, what other people say, how they're going to feel. Will they like me? Will they love me? Blah, blah, blah. Will they continue to be here with me on this channel? I don't need to think about that. I just need to keep on going far off in the deep ends of me. And eventually I will create something that will attract whom it's meant to attract. And it will be the big, profound thing that I deeply, deeply, deeply desire to create. And I'm getting all of that from going back into my birth chart. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. So, again, like I said in the beginning of this card talk, I don't even know if I'm going to put this out there, but I think that I am. I think I'm going to push myself to just be bold and vulnerable, another layer of it, and put it out there. Because I don't want to block my blessings. And as I get more authentic, I just heard myself say to myself, I just heard God say to me, you don't have to explain everything. You don't have to explain yourself. Just obey. Be obedient. Be obedient in what I tell you to do. I know that everybody isn't going to agree. Everybody's going to start soliciting. Well, I don't even want to say that everybody's going to do that. In my mind, I think that everybody's going to do that, but they're probably not. But, you know, there may be a few people who begin to like solicitate their own, you know, to me, opinions to me I did not ask for. It may still come either way, whatever. My thing is just respect. If you can respect me, I can respect you. And we can agree to disagree. And you can continue to stay here and resonate with the parts of me that resonate with you. You can continue to stay here and learn a little bit. You know, if you find yourself intrigued, and you can also continue to stay here if you feel triggered, and you know, just use that as an opportunity to explore that. Triggers are meant to be explored. But I guess I'm saying all of that to say this: evolving into her is really going to consist of me evolving into me, like going back and remembering me. And that's not really what I wanted to say. That sounded so cute, but that's not really what I wanted to say. What I really wanted to say is, I'm saying all of that to say, I hope you did not box me in, because I cannot be boxed in. I'm too magnificent. I'm too great. I'm too big. I'm too bold. I'm too many things. I'm too infinite to be boxed in. And I'm going to really try my best to move with that in mind, that I am infinite and nothing really matters. Like, nothing really matters. The point of it all is just to experience and to live in expansion and have your world or your truths, your perceptions be blown again and again and again and again and again, and you just continue to grow. You don't stay stagnant in anything, at least for me. If anyone else out there is living a different experience, that's okay. I am not here, and I hope I don't give this off, because I don't try to give off the energy of and which it can be very easy to do in this position. But I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I just want to share my shit and let it do what it's gonna do. Let it inspire and let it motivate, hopefully, but let it do what it's gonna do. That's what I think the point is, though, for me. And that's how my life has been going, and I think that's how it's going to continue to go. So you are welcome to continue to stay for the journey or not. It is totally up to you. But I have got to start moving in a way where I am caring less and less and less about creating something for you and just creating things that really represent me and allow it to lead me to create something for you. Ain't that crazy? Wow.